You ready? Because we're going.
Yeah.
Scott's shaking his head. This stream's getting off about as well as this Broncos offense is. Sorry, everybody. Scott and I were like, hey, we'll do it. I looked up and I was like, oh, crap, it's the 2-minute warning. So here we are. A little bit delayed, but so is the Broncos offensive arrival here so far in the start of this year. So the Broncos are down 6-3. Bo Nix has had 2 turnovers. Got away with another one that nearly was an interception there, Scotty.
And it had a easy completion just hit on 3rd and 2. Threw it behind the guy, and he made sure and pointed out that the tight end ran the wrong route for him to stop. But I'll say this. It's 30 minutes of football. Okay.
Yep.
Not going to panic. That being said, there's an old adage I was taught a million years ago from coaches, and we always thought they were just stupid, right? And I guarantee you've heard this from all your coaches. You practice like you play. And I've been trying to say this on our show. Tyler on our show said the same thing. He and I probably combined went to 97% of the preseason practices. And the way this offense has kind of looked has been really how the offense has looked during training camp. But as I said, you have 15 minutes. The defense bends a little bit. What we got to do is make sure they're not running up the middle. We're fine. Yes, Zach. We're fine when they try to pass the ball. You know, you get the big play to start the game, but let's be honest, that was a very lucky play by Ward. But whatever. But they're gashing them on the run right up the center. Jones, Jackson, they got to get better inside on that run.
By the way, the Titans just got away. My boys are here too, so everybody knows. If you hear some talking, I got friends over, and Scott was just at the Columbine Lounge. So
dollar wings on Sunday.
Yeah, sounds. I kind of wish I had those dollar wings. Now that should really be intentional grounding. It didn't make it across the line of scrimmage, and nobody. That's got to be intentional grounding. They just got away with a hold.
Now that one right there, the second play, you might be behind me. The first time he threw it, there was a guy in place. That time right there was no one around there.
No, I'm telling you, they got away with a hold in the end zone on that first play. I wasn't worried. The first play should have been a hold on Benito, but that should have been a safety.
How bad is it that we're like begging for intentional groundings and holdings in the end zone?
But Scotty, again, this is what we talked about. You know, I said this. I said I could, and look, my score prediction could still be in place. I said 17-6. Defense has got to shut him down. Defense has got to, and there you go. Now if that is safety, they got to be all the way in the end zone. So of course, somehow, I hate the safety rules. You know what I think's funny? For the offense, all they got to do is touch the ball to the very, very first part of the white paint to get a touchdown. But for the defense, every single part of the body's got to be inside the end zone for them to call a safety.
Yeah,
so they're going to give him. I mean, he did get out. I'll give him that. He got both feet out of the end zone, but. So the defense is doing, look, man, Nick Benito's doing what Nick Benito's paid to do, and that was Cooper on that one, wasn't it? There we go.
Listen, Benito's sack, Cooper got to him first, too.
Yeah.
Cooper's balling a little bit, too, right now. Yeah, he got it out.
Now they're
close. But now they're going to have to punt. You got 40 seconds to go. You got an all-pro return guy in Mims to see if he can get something going. And
well, if nothing else, get a field goal shot, right? You could get it tied.
You get the ball. You get the ball back to start the third. So, you know, if you can just get a field goal, even.
It was a smart play by Ward. I give it to him. I was complaining, but I give it to him. He got the ball and his feet out of the end zone. So there you go. Yeah, listen, but you and I had said it too much, and I said it to Nate the other day. The bottom line is, what we're watching today offensively, for nobody that went to camp, this is exactly what camp has looked like. This is exactly bow off on throws, guys having to constantly come back, make plays, the O-line not holding up, the run game. You know, we'd said too many times there were too many plays where it kind of looked like he's got to get it up. They got 30 seconds. Okay. I was going to say, does he have to get back out of bounds? So for me, Scotty, I'm not shocked, and neither are you. You talked about the practice like you play. This has been practice. This is why, frankly, we wanted to see more in the preseason. You weren't good enough in practice to just take the preseason off, in my mind, offensively.
Yep.
And it ain't one guy. It's not all Bo. The offensive line, the receivers, it just none of it felt in sync, man.
Well, you got 27 seconds. You got a great return from Mims. You got one timeout left. The one thing I will say that they looked okay in most practices was the 2-minute drill.
This is where Bone shines, and this is where Bo shined last year. So let's see if he can't do it again.
Yeah, because all you need to get is about 10 yards. Right?
Well, he just got pass interference. He just got pass interference. So,
oh well, there's your field goal. So now, can you be a little sticky and a little selfish and see if you can put 6 on the board?
All right, let's get some of this here. Oh, let's see. This offense has no continuity. Those guys couldn't wait to yap. These guys, you're right. We couldn't. Let's see here.
Natural
Safety,
talent.
no
Why don't
safety.
you keep your nose somewhere where it's supposed to be, and it'll be brown when you get done.
You get 2 shots there.
Ooh, I tell you what, they call pass interference. That guy had a better shot at catching it than Sutton.
No, I know. It's look, the Broncos have got to get sharp. Now, there's Bo. He's working one there. There it is. There it is. He and Sutton.
You're ahead of me. There it goes. There you go. And that right there can qualm all.
Listen.
Panic.
You know what that drive was right there? That was the Arizona practice. The only time Bo and the offense got clicking was when Bo and Cortland got clicking. And so if you're going to leave, teams better learn. If you're going to put Cortland in single coverage, he's going to murder you all day.
Yeah,
he's going to murder you all day. These two have got.
Well, that guy's beat. That was a great pattern. Great pattern. Great throw. Look at the elevation. Wonder what Sutton's vertical jump is. I'll say this, and I said it right before this drive. I said the one area of practice the offense looked any good at consistently during preseason was the 2 minutes. The 2-minute drill, they looked very good. Now, I don't know if that's the defense changing up how they do things or there's maybe more of an urgency or whatever. But I'm telling you, they looked good. If I were to say, where did they look good at in practice, I would say the 2-minute drill.
Well, and again, if you single up Cortland and Ingram, Bo's going to eat you alive. Period. He sees it all day. Those are his guys. Those are his first looks. I feel like even if the play isn't really that first look, he still wants it to be the first look. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if Bo and Cortland saw that and decided that's what they were going to do. I did the CU game yesterday, and that long touchdown before half that Ryan Staub threw. I talked to both Staub and Sincere Brown after, and Sincere Brown said, we saw the single coverage. Staub gave me a look and just said, go. And that's what they did. Man, so now you get to go in, you get to feel a little bit better. Hopefully they come out. Like I told some people too, we could also see, just like last year's Seattle opener with reverse roles, where the Broncos had the better of it in the first half, and then the Seahawks came out and settled everything down and got their win. I will not be shocked if that's how this game goes.
Well,
now, again,
there's nothing better.
We got problems on this.
There's nothing better in football, though, to book in scores. Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's going to happen. So we just had a bad kick coverage. And so now
they kick a field goal, make it 10-9.
Yeah, stay right in the damn game. Although they're bringing Cam Ward out for at least one shot, it looks like.
My prediction still in play. I had 23-9.
Okay, I'll take either one. Look, the Broncos just got to get a damn win, okay? It's opening weekend. Who cares how you get it? Just get some because look, man, that Indianapolis game looks a little different coming up next week now, doesn't it?
Ooh. If you had Indianapolis in the 33 pool, you're cashing in, and it's not going to be a real big 33 pool, but you're cashing in.
Well, I'm just saying that That easy game everybody thought they were going to have for week 2 doesn't look so easy. Is all I'm pointing out. Now we'll see. You're going on the road. I think our defense is much better than what obviously the Dolphins have, but we'll see if they get this. They were going to bring Cam Ward out unless he's maybe the holder, but there it is. 10-9 because you can't cover. Come on, guys. They didn't do that. Did they do that at all last year? Isn't that the first time they've really blown a kick coverage like that, a kickoff coverage?
Last year, everybody was just kicked. They would have kicked it out of the end zone. Which I'll say this: why not with 16 seconds left? Why not kick it out of the end zone there?
Yeah,
because
hey, go ahead and say it.
They're probably going to try to pass it. So guess what you do? You can sack the guy and get to it. Why would you give him a chance to run it back?
All right. Boy, we got some angry people. I get it, man. Look, here's the bottom line, guys. First game of the season. First games of the season are always going to be weird as long as nobody chooses to do anything with their preseason games, man. It's just, this might as well be the first preseason game for a lot of these guys, frankly, because they didn't play. They didn't play much. And I guess when they did play, I guess I shouldn't say that. The 2 times they tried to go have a quick day, they had to go out there 3 times to get anything done. So should any of us really be shocked? Here's the good news. It's the first time they get to go to halftime, figure a couple things out, and come out in the second half. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing I'm worried about, Scotty. I've said it to my guys hanging out with me here. The Titans are the ones using the heat and the altitude because it's kind of a warm day to their advantage by running the ball consistently. Now, they got out of it on their final drive there, but at some point, you got to try harder to establish a run game. I know that it doesn't look good right now, but Pollard wasn't getting jack in the first quarter, but they keep hammering the nail, and he started breaking through later in the drive. You've got to be willing to do a little of that, dude.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't think this line can do it, and maybe we're finding out. Maybe just aren't a run blocking line. Maybe I need to quit thinking they can be. I don't know.
Well, I've been concerned about the line all training camp, but I'll say this: you're taking the lead in a half, and your offense was crap except for the last drive. And you know what? You went 50 yards or whatever it was in 2 plays. You got pass interference and a long touchdown to Cortland Sutton. And you know what? You got a 10-9 lead and you've had 2 turnovers. So, you're -1 in the turnover game too. So all good. It's 30 minutes of play. You've got, and don't even make me, 160 and a half hours of football left this year. We'll be all right, but I'm with you. You don't play anybody. The offense did not do anything. I had somebody sitting by having lunch today, the first half, and they're like, well, Stidham them move the ball. I go, well, yeah, but they're playing second and third teams. Guess what? Some of them guys right now say, hey, do you want the inside of your car detailed also? There's a whole bunch of guys that ain't playing football right now that you played against.
Well, and they're running base coverages. Like Stidham's best performance. Please, everybody, pump the brakes on the Stidham stuff right now. Stidham's best performance came against Arizona, a team he'd already seen when they were going. They couldn't have been more base looks. Nobody was blitzing. That's why all the waggle stuff that they've been trying to do today ain't working, but works in the preseason. Because you keep guys back in base coverages. Well, no one's spying on that quarterback rolling out to the backside. Every time Bo has had that fake handoff, someone's been in his kitchen because somehow I kept hearing they were trying to keep all this waggle stuff under wraps and nobody was going to know what they were going to do. It looked like the Titans were ready for it. So I don't know what they saw or got a hold of.
The first play worked. The first time they did it worked. And then the next 3 or 4 times there's been a little bit more duress when they didn't hand it off. To me, you've got to have some outside runs and the quarterback roll out from that. Fake sell that before the play action. You're going to try to get the play action on that play every time. There have been some good games though this morning.
Oh, it's been pretty amazing. The old offense that is behind the defense stuff, that doesn't feel like that's held up too much in the early morning window anyway. How about that Steelers-Jets game, man? That stuff was going off. Man.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I'll tell you what, Jets. This is the overreaction, early overreaction show. Maybe that's what we call our halftime show. But the early overreaction show is Jets look like they got them a head coach.
Oh, Aaron Glenn's. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. You could tell guys like playing for him certainly more than they did a year ago. So, you're right. Look, everything is an overreaction. The Broncos. I hate to say it. If you go back, the Broncos were terrible really the first month of the season last year, and the season ended up okay. I know people are but see again, people are frustrated because Sean, I think I get Sean. I have a lot of people that have told me they thought Sean was motivating through the media to basically try to get his team to understand I believe in you. So let's get this thing done. But I think he overdid it. I just think you overdid it. You got too many of your national buddies talking about it. And so now the fans got expectations. Okay. And look, whether Sean wants to, Sean's poo-pooed every time that teams are going to adjust to what Bo does well. Well, it looks like teams have adjusted. So guess what? Your turn to adjust back, man. Your turn to adjust back. That's all. It's fine.
By the way, that
it's 1.5, dude.
Game, that Colts-Miami game where Colts hung 33, that was in Indianapolis.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm telling you now. It's a 2:00 window next week, so that's good. It's not an 11 o'clocker. Somehow it got put in the 2:00 window for us. So that should help some things. But the Colts are always a tough trip for the Broncos. I don't know why. Dude, Peyton Manning didn't beat Indy in Indy. It's one of those weird spots for them for whatever reason. By the way,
that was my big concern. And now all of a sudden, listen, we've seen if and I don't want to call it this era of football, but this short period era of football, last 5-6 years, sure seems like there's been a whole lot of reclamation quarterbacks that failed and stubbed their toe the first place they were at, and all of a sudden come back and play pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Tampa Bay comes back, gets a big win today. Justin Fields looked better, I thought, today than he's looked in the last 5 or 6 years. 5 years, I guess. Sam Darnold got repaid, and now let's see what Sam Darnold's going to be and do. And now you've got, what's his name, having a horrible time with the Giants. Daniel Jones going, listen, I'm not that bad of a quarterback. Now he's got a new home in Indy. I know it, like I said, overreaction, but listen, reclamation quarterbacks have been going on the last 4 or 5 years with a whole lot of success when they get under a new microscope and a new light.
Well, people sometimes just need to get out of the city they're in and get out of the expectations and get out of the disappointed fans. Like, again, Daniel Jones was painted as the savior in New York, and it didn't work out. He had a couple nice years, but ultimately it didn't work out. I'm sure he's happy as hell to be out of there and in a new city where, let's be honest, he's not even really considered the savior there so far in Indy. He's just the guy competing right now with Anthony Richardson, the guy that's supposed to be the savior, sitting on the bench waiting for his chance to get the hell out of there and go to his new spot.
And Anthony Richardson may be a reclamation in a couple of years somewhere else.
He may be. All right, for this Bronco team, they got the little thing going at the half. Like you said, they got the ball first. Can we agree? I mean, I almost know we can. I've known each other so long. They got to get some run game going, don't they? They got to get some run game going, man. Get them worrying about the run. It'll make for easier plays for Bo. But right now, Bo's on the run too much. The offensive line has got to maybe bow up a little bit, but get the damn run game. Where are these toss plays I thought they were going to run? I thought they wanted to put the wide zone toss stuff in.
Well, you and I grew up in broadcasting with the NFL with Mike Shanahan. And Mike Shanahan had a run game. That was a run game. I know they had some players that had some nice numbers in New Orleans during Sean's way, but it always felt like it was more of a cute run game. How do we fool you kind of run game? I don't really remember. Let me just give you a dude running 25 times. He's going to get you 150 yards. Heck, Shanahan did it with 3 or 4 different dudes. 3 or 4 different dudes getting 100+ yards a game, right? Through that whole window. So we'll see. we'll see. I would like to see him run the ball a little more consistent. And I think that will make those play action boots and stuff that we saw them success on the first one, and it was a struggle. I mean, Bo had to make a couple nice plays to get it done, but still, it wasn't as successful as it could have been. But yeah, I think you got to get some of those pitches, fake pitch, boom, roll out like you're the quarterback keeping it. And then the next time you fake it, the defense going to slide, you might be open. I mean, that's part of play action also.
JT's right. Bo does probably need to run a little bit more. That was something Mark Sanchez said before we got to the end of the half there. I understand Pants Party's frustration. Yeah, Wes, I'm sure. Wes, I promise you Jeff Legwold's going to ask about it now. He's going to get upset with Jeff like he did the other day. Jeff and Mike double teaming him. Listen, you know what? Here's what I am disappointed, Scotty. And look, they've hardly done anything. The Titans have 3 field goals. Bo had a fumble deep in the Bronco territory. Titans couldn't turn that into a touchdown. So let's calm down, I guess, a little bit. But, you could see why they wanted Dre Greenlaw in there today, man. Sternat is just not – if Greenlaw's in there, I'm not sure the Titans have a first down with some of those runs that they had.
Yeah.
I credit Cam Ward. Cam Ward has looked like, not as big a deal for his first start. He's handling it well, I think, overall for a rookie quarterback. But Greenlaw is going to be the guy that makes it very hard to run on this Denver team, and I think they're missing that right now. And let's not also discount. I said to my guys here, say hello to Jay and Stan. Hi, Jay. Hi, Stan. Yay. I had said to Jay and Stan, we all watched the game last year. This is where Malcolm Roach, man, that stupid calf strain. Everybody didn't think the Malcolm Roach calf strain was that big a deal. It's a big deal. He's one of their regular rotational defensive linemen. It's the first game of the year. Nobody's in the shape they want to be in. And now you're down one of your guys to, you know what I mean? That would go in there and help you stuff the run. It's a big deal losing both those guys this week. Hopefully Greenlaw can play next. They may need Greenlaw against Jonathan Taylor. That's all I'm saying. Pollard's fine, but Pollard ain't what he used to be. It'd be nice to have Dre Greenlaw against Jonathan Taylor next week. So,
well, maybe you'll get to see that. I didn't think he was going to play today, but you're right. Your defensive line, I think it's got to be better. Also, your interior, but if you can hold it up and you've got a finishing kind of linebacker, I mean. Ufonga, I think, made at least one good play, came in there, but it was still like a 4-yard gain. I remember seeing this with Steve Atwater, and Atwater's actually doing a commercial right now for Common Spirit, because I saw it too many times. When your safeties leading your team in tackles, you probably ain't stopping to run very well, right?
You're right. I didn't even think about that. Hufanga's been doing too much today, right?
But, I mean, that's why you got him also.
No, hey, man, he had a great tackle on that drive where Pollard got going. He made sure he got his hands in there, got his ankles, tripped him up. If he'd have missed that tackle, dude, that would not have been great. Shout out for this for sure. McBoski says that Bonito does look great so far. He does. Well, and yes, we can all agree they look rusty. There's no doubt.
You know what? I'll tell Broski what I thought was even better, or bittersweet, whoever that was. He got that sack, but it started with pressure at Cooper, and then he finished it up. But he had 2 tackles for losses on a run game on the opposite side. And when your DN outside linebacker can get down the line and stop the running back before he gets to the line of scrimmage, to me that says more about you as a defensive end than anything. So he's got that sack, but I'm telling you, those 2 runs for losses, tackles on the far side opposite him, I thought were outstanding. That says this guy's learned to play that position to me.
Yeah, man, he was setting the edge. You're right. He was setting the edge, got outside. He got wide on the one play that forced Ward back the other. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to be – you and I will be back on Wednesday. We'll be breaking it down Wednesdays at 9. We need you guys there. The halftime thing's going to be a regular deal because You guys have responded to this in even greater force than the preseason when we did it. So we'll be doing the halftime. Sometimes Scotty may be in a bar. I don't know. Just trying to catch the game in some weird city.
I may be on an airplane or a car.
Well, if you're on the airplane, we'll figure it out. Maybe Jay and Stan will have to tap in. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, all right, let's see. We'll let a few more people see their comments here. Andrew says, "Are these replacement refs?" That was one of the comments from the peanut gallery over there. They've had every call overturned, so Andrew may be right. So anyway, all right.
Dude, I mean, the last one he caught where the guy caught it with his back to the line, and you could see the ball never even got close to the line, and the outside official, I think the same one that called the non-first down on Denver that they had to challenge. I'm like, dude, it's the same guy. Where was he, a cross-eyed dude? And he's maybe missing. He's a yard off because his eyes are crossed or something.
You don't want him stringing your deck, is all I'll say.
Yeah, you don't want him. Hopefully he doesn't give circumcisions in the offseason.
Yeah. It'd be just one half of their hair is gone.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys all at 9 o'clock coming up on Wednesday. And Scotty will be live 12 to 3 tomorrow. I'll be live 3 to 6. By the way, one of the boys stopped by Rally House because we were out there so long and bought a hat. So Rally House, we got you at least one hat sale.
Yeah, well, I got two Bronco pajama bottoms and 2 tops.
I know you ended up spending your whole talent fee. So
I was in the minus.
yeah. All right. See you all.
All right.
Go Broncos.